Don't hurt
I want
me,
to exit.
please.
No, no.
What?
Push it.
I
Slightly
wouldn't hurt
bruised.
you.
Yeah, let's
I
give
am
it a push.
Genpa. A true Yamabushi.
Nothing.
Uh-uh.
What if
You
we
have not
destroy
seen the
these?
man. Yeah?
imposters.
Says I mutilated him.
You did?
He told
We
me
smack
about
them
you.
if they don't
but
disappear?
Maybe
Yeah,
short
use it.
tempered.
Oh, they're
Okay.
gone
But
now.
I'm glad he sent you
Now
my
maybe
way.
get in.
Both he and Murasaki
All right.
are safe.
I'm not getting
But on
bloody.
the road, they
Oh,
were
I am
attacked by
getting bloody.
someone.
I don't know, man. It's just
Suddenly,
the way it is.
It was worth a
rumors of
shot.
murderous
Oh,
monks
hey.
through
Ooh.
Yamabushi
What?
are ascetic wanderers. We shirk earthly pleasures to connect deeply with nature. It is our practice. Accomplished Yamabushi exorcise evil.
So these imposters not only give a bad name to your practice,
They wear our robes as costumes, a cover to attack unsuspecting.
I've already dealt with some of these imposters, but I'll search for the rest.
Thank you.
Oh, now it's moved. It just moved. It's out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell made it happen, but
Good God.
yeah, and it's oh, you're gonna have to turn it
Whoa.
on. What's up?
Hey.
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 Oh, Jesus. That was really weird.
Yeah.
And the lights are flickering.
Can't trust a truck in this game.
No, you cannot. Oh, Jesus, just brought me back. Leave me alone, truck, please. it's grab hold of me, please, Steve. Save me.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here, man.
Okay, good.
Look at that zombie just threw up.
Yeah.
Look out, I'm swinging. Yep. Woo!
All right, we're leaving the gate open. Back
Right.
out. Back out.
Yep. Stay clear of the vehicle.
Oh,
Right, what you got?
Oh man, did I find nails?
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Just hook me up.
How many did I get? I got 25 nails.
That's a good chunk of nails. That'll work. Oh, hey, boys.
Hey.
Hey. You got a whole box.
Yeah, I ran out of storage room, so I put this box on the back of the golf cart.
That's genius, actually.
Yeah, I found a portable welder. I'm gonna see if it'll remove the parts I need.
Oh, on your car?
Yeah,
Try it out.
I hope. Come on. So I need to remove this exhaust assembly, uninstall. You need an industrial welder! God!
damn it.
Okay.
Sorry, I totally made you think that was it. I didn't know.
That's all right. We'll keep looking.
Hey guys, welcome to New Hampshire.
New Lampshire?
Yeah, check the place out. It's looking great. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a magical place.
It is.
Filled with
yeah.
lamps.
Yeah.
And driveway couches.
We need more lamps.
Yeah, we do need more lamps.
We will get more lamps.
This is nice.
This is very nice.
Yeah, we could survive here for a while.
Maybe.
I'm glad society collapsed.
Me too.
You guys got any apples?
Ooh, I love apples.
So, when you die and respawn now, Like, what goes through your mind when you come back as Violet Simmons?
Oh yeah, I'm a female. That went through my mind.
You didn't think to name yourself Dora?
No, I went with the name that it suggested. I was like, I don't mind being called Violet.
Okay.
You know, just once in my life, because you know, let's face it, I'm gonna die again.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Violet.
Hey, a pleasure to meet you, officer. I don't hate it.
Oh, so a place without a fence. Oh, we can build a fence. Gotcha. Okay, I thought. Well, the main thing you said was try to find some place with a fence.
Did I just kill Violet?
Yeah, you did.
Oh no.
Officer Neebs, come on now.
So the whole internet is in an uproar. I didn't even really want to make a video about this or do a segment about it because, you know, yesterday Joe Rogan said a lot of MAGA are, you know, idiots or clowns or whatever the thing is. The fact of the matter is, if we weren't in a clippable world and if we weren't in a clickable, you know, clickosphere and quick monetization sphere, if you had asked Joe Rogan, are there a bunch of idiots on the left, he would have probably said yes, too. There's a reason you're seeing, this is the truth about Joe Rogan and like Tim Dillon and even Theo Vaughn or Andrew Schultz or, you know, all these podcast bros. People have to stop getting upset when they say something that you don't disagree, that you disagree with. Because they were never actually on your side. And let me explain that. People got this false sense of like, wow, Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn and Andrew Schultz and Tim Dillon. Wow, I like these guys. They're funny. I listen to their shows. Now they're quote unquote supporting MAGA, and I also support MAGA, or I also support Trump. They're even cooler than I thought before. I really like them now. And then 6 months passed, Trump did some unpopular things, and now, like clockwork, literally all of them have jumped on the MAGA's dead, they're dumb, they're clowns, goofballs, they're uninteresting, unintelligent people. And people are like, wow, I like this person, so they must be right about that too. And the fact of the matter is, and this is why you just can't take these people too seriously. I mean, I think it's reasonable to commentate on the things that they say, but they're entertainers, and I'd be willing to bet you almost all of them are completely apolitical. The truth is, Joe Rogan had Donald Trump on, and Tim Dillon, you know, I don't think Trump was ever on his show, I don't know for sure, but I know he was on Theo Vaughn, I think he did Andrew Schultz. I mean, another great example would be, Aiden Ross, right? All these guys are like, hey, Trump, come on the show. Joe Rogan literally said that being like a Trump supporter was punk rock. All of these guys jumped onto the MAGA train when it was cool. Now, I do think that people should have certain, you know, you should have some self-worth. So I make fun of, we make fun of, like, people who are like, I'm neurodivergent, and that's my whole personality. I'm trans, and that's my whole personality. The same is true for some percentage of MAGA, where they're like, you know, Trump never does anything wrong. I wear the hat, I wear the shirt. Being MAGA is who I am. There are people on the left like that. You know, I'm a Bernie bro. I wear Bernie hats. I wear a Che Guevara hat. I don't, you know, this is who I am. I'm a leftist. I think both are wrong. And I think if you ask Joe Rogan, hey, what do you think about the left? He would say they're just as crazy as the right. The fact of the matter is, these people, these podcasters, they were never your friend.
It needs to be perfect.
They never supported
No
Trump.
way.
It was
I
just
want to practice making
Donald
a soup
Trump
for
was very
Master
popular at the
Sorin.
time.
Something
It was
Auntie Matsu
edgy
always
to have
said
him on your
cooking is the
podcast.
language of
And
the
so a
heart.
lot of people,
I know,
including
but
myself,
I want it to be perfect.
got
I
fooled.
came to Key to
And you
try
think,
show you.
wow,
They're
Tim
famous
Dillon
for
is
fermented soy
based?
sauce, but I don't know what else
Here's
to
a
put in
gay
the
guy,
soup.
You want the
comedian.
soup?
So, oh, he's
Master
mega?
Sorin
Oh, I love
always
Tim
talked
Dillon.
about the meaning of words and symbols and stuff. If I make a soup with
Symbol.
yeah, something brown like the dirt path. What else? What else?
Something from the sea? To symbolize the...
You're good. But remember, Master Sorin doesn't need anything that has a... That means you'll need to get two things. He's famous shoyu and one ingredient that's brown.
I'm not saying none of these guys supported Trump at all, because maybe some of them did. And also, I think it's fair to point out that people are allowed to change their minds, right? Joe Rogan, of all people, probably doesn't support the wars, probably doesn't support, you know, protecting glyphosate, you know, this kind of stuff. When you are a podcast, bro, you are, by the nature of what is required of you, to be opportunistic. And the normies, including myself, thought, wow, this is crazy. We really have a coalition here.
I said
We never had a coalition.
Most grown or
It was all fake.
What was it Junjiro wanted?
And I came
Maybe
to realize
browsing
that
the wares. Well,
over the past couple weeks when I...
pretty.
incorrectly assumed that all of these people who are mad about Trump were just bots or fake. That's not true. They are mad.
Oh,
And they are
you
upset.
have the ingredients? You sure? I don't want to start cooking until you have...
What? You don't trust?
Okay. Yatta! You got the I'll take everything you bought. But you tell me which ingredient goes in the soup. The most meaningful one.
I brought kombu, dried brown kelp. Its color is like the dirt path, and it comes from the sea, having weathered many tides.
That's perfect. Now, let's see how it tastes. The daikon and mochi in the kombu broth? So best of all, it's meaningful.
It's kind of
You think so? Do you?
Yasuke more than...
Then maybe I'll make some...
But that's exactly why, coincidentally, Theo Vaughn's criticizing Israel now. Tim Dillon's criticizing Israel now. Joe Rogan is calling MAGA lame. Flagrant, I don't know. I don't really watch her show. I don't watch any of these people's shows. I see the clips. It's safe to assume Flagrant has now. All of these people now are just trying to be like, whoa, I never endorsed Trump. They were happy to puff out their chest and think, hey, I got him. I helped get him elected. The stone cold facts are these people did not get people to go out and vote for Donald Trump in any real numbers. What they are is a representation of the independent voter. And so whatever way the independents are going, because it's the 80%, right? You have 10% that are like ultra mega and 10% that are communist, you know? They're the 80%, and tents are only temporary. So you build the tent, everyone pretends that they're on board, they make millions of dollars, they move on to the next thing. Candace Owens is a great example. Remember when Candace Owens was a conservative? She saw that was drying up, so now she's a true crime podcast. These people were never Trump supporters. I mean,
you have not seen what I have seen.
Do you know why a ship floats and a stone cannot?
There is a tempest in me.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
How could it get any worse?
Hi, Peter. Hey, Steven. Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Nerderotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million lovers of good ideas and dislikers of bad ideas, and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. Of all the bad ideas we have covered on this channel, from giving the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland, $230 million to make a Star Wars show about communists, lesbians, and space, to centering an Indiana Jones film around Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and then giving Phoebe Waller-Bridge control of Tomb Raider, to releasing a Flash film with not one, but 2 Ezra Millers, to producing a Halo show that reveals Master Chief's face and ass, to allowing Alex Kurtzman to destroy Star Trek for 10 years, culminating in a show that featured a gay Klingon in a skirt, to giving a crap load of money to 3 female directors who complained about the lack of female directors, Nia DaCosta, Chloe Zhao, and Maggie, who ended up directing 3 historic flops that sent female directors back decades in Hollywood, to the casting of Black Snape, and to allow a couple of rejects from Jar Jar Abrams' bad reboot, which destroyed not 1, but 2 franchises with Star Wars and Star Trek, so they could go on and destroy a 3rd, with the Rings of Power, which made such bold creative decisions like female Sam, female Frodo, totally not Gandalf, a black female dwarf, Don Lemonlass, Simp Sauron, and turning the epitome of femininity into a dude with Guy Ladriel. Well, I'm here to tell you folks, Warner Brothers, America's dumbest company, might have come up with the worst idea of them all. Stephen Colbert's Lord of the Rings.
What?
That's right, Stephen Colbert is writing a Lord of the Rings movie produced by Peter Jackson.
You gotta be f***ing kidding.
I wish I was, dear viewer, and with the reveal of Black Snape today and Stephen Colbert, Lord of the Rings, it's been my own personal 9/11 times 1,000.
Jesus, you mean?
Yes, 911,000.
And before the Skydance Paramount sale goes through, it seems that Warner Brothers is determined to outsuck Amazon's The Rings of Power, who released the first season of their abomination on the anniversary of Professor Tolkien's death. So, not to be outdone, Warner Brothers, America's dumbest entertainment company, and Peter Jackson decided to announce Stephen Colbert's Lord of the Rings on Tolkien Reading Day.
We've actually got another film that we'll be making after Hunt for Gollum. So I thought I should tell you a little bit about that. Oh, actually, why don't I get somebody else to explain it? Because we've got a very special partner that we're working with, and you can see for yourself. Hang on. There we go. Hello. Oh, come on! Hi, Peter. Hey, Steven. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Good, good.
Jesus wept. Stephen Colbert is writing a Lord of the Rings movie produced by Peter Jackson. This can't be real. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. And when I first heard the news, I had to make sure it wasn't April 1st.
Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
This timeline is bonkers, but I believe I have an explanation. While I hate to agree with Matt Walsh, whose pop culture takes are about as good as my geopolitical takes, he did say that pop culture died in 2008, And he's right, because we have a date, September 10th, 2008. That's a lot of rhyming. I did not intend for that to happen. Is when the CERN Large Hadron Collider was turned on for the first time, and obviously we were sucked through a micro black hole into the retardiverse.
So I was just explaining to the folks about the next Tolkien movie after Hunt for Gollum, and the fact that we've partnered up with you to develop the script.
Now, the soon-to-be-fired Stephen Colbert said in this completely cringe promotional release that he had been working on this for a couple of years, but I have a theory as to why this is happening now that we'll get to.
You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me. But the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship that y'all never developed into the first movie back in the day. It's basically, the chapter is Three's Company through Fog on the Barrow Downs. And I thought, oh wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story. Could we make something that was completely faithful to the books while also being completely faithful to the movies that you guys had already made?
I'm going to stop you right there. As much as I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is the greatest trilogy ever made, and it is, it's not exactly accurate to the book, so you would have a hard time being faithful to PJ's Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's story.
And I started talking it over with my son, Peter, who's also a screenwriter.
And you gotta love that Hollywood nepotism. His son, Peter McGee, is indeed a screenwriter. What's his screenwriting credit? This movie and nothing else. Hell, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay had more screenwriting credit than this guy prior to The Rings of Power, and that was just as uncredited writers on a bad Star Trek movie.
We worked out what we thought would work, especially as a framing device for that story.
We worked out what we thought would work. Spoken like a true writer.
It took me a few years to scrape my courage into a pile to give you a call, but about 2 years ago I did. You liked it enough to talk to me about it, and ever since then, the two of us have been working with the brilliant Philippa Boyens on how to develop this story.
The very same brilliant Philippa Boyens who helped co-write the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy, but her latest work was The War of the Rohirrim, which is better known as The War of the Rohirrim, where she took a brilliant tale from Tolkien, which were the events that led up to the battle that gave the Hornburg the name Helm's Deep and the final days of Helm Hammerhand, and turned it into a feminist, insufferable girl boss story, taking a character who wasn't even named in the books and making her the girl who is the key to everything.
And we recently took it to Richard Brenner at New Line and Pam Abdy and Mike DeLuca at Warner Brothers, and I could not be happier to say that they loved it.
The same Pam Abdy and Mike DeLuca who were on the verge of being fired until they were saved by films like Weapons, Sinners, and F1, which is mostly an Apple film. Unfortunately, they also greenlit films like Mickey 17, Joker 2, The Bride, One Woke After Another, which won Best Picture and completely sucked, and Superman's James Gunn.
That's what we're going to be working on.
Fantastic. Now, are you sure you've got the time, though? Because
that I did not think I would have the time. As much as I love it, I knew I couldn't do that and do the show at the same time, but it turns out I'm going to be free starting this summer. So
isn't that fortunate?
Isn't that a you catastrophe right there?
You catastrophe.
I ran away. I'll hear that sound in my nightmares.
Catastrophe is a term coined by J.R.R. Tolkien, which is essentially Deus Ex Machina, a sudden miraculous turn of events in a story that saves the protagonist from seemingly inevitable defeat. I would argue this is just a catastrophe. Hiring a politically divisive, washed-up late-night comedian who hasn't been funny in years, and I would argue has never been funny, who has historically been a mouthpiece for the machine and the mouth of Pfizer, who was so bad at his job, Paramount didn't just fire him, they ended Late Night, a show that preceded him. It seems to be a strange choice, and even Deadline pointed out the irony here in this whole deal is that while Colbert is ending his employment with the David Ellison-owned Paramount this May, he'll ultimately be back in business with them once again after they take control of Warner Brothers, which is expected to happen before Q4 of this year. So despite Stephen Colbert saying he's been working on this for a couple of years, my conspiratorial mind wants to think that maybe Peter Jackson decided to stick it to David Ellison due to his perceived associations with a certain president. I mean, what is he going to do? Get rid of Peter Jackson? I know, I'm crazy to think that Hollywood would be that petty. And again, as much as I adore the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I think the best thing you can do to preserve its legacy is to cancel this project and The Hunt for Gollum, which are just obvious cash grabs to retain rights. The Hunt for Gollum is just going to come off as a side quest. It's supposed to directly connect to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. You're going to have to recast half of the characters, including Aragorn, or de-age them, and it's going to be based on essentially a couple of chapters, a part of the appendices, the Council of Elrond, and the Shadow of the Past, which will really get confusing because
Another
Stephen Colbert's
victim
Lord
of
of the
this
Rings
imposter.
is going to be called Shadow of the Past. According to The Hollywood Reporter, it's going to take place 14 years after the passing of Frodo to the Undying Lands. Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began. Now, Eleanor does get Frodo's red book from Sam after he goes to the Grey Havens, and this entire movie will take place between Frodo and the hobbits leaving the Shire and arriving at the Prancing Pony. Admittedly, a lot happens on that trip, but I'm just not entirely sure how it's going to connect to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, seeing that you've seen some of these chapters in that movie already. And as the soon-to-be-fired Stephen Colbert said, this movie will be based on chapters 3 through 8. Three's Company, A Shortcut to Mushrooms, A Conspiracy Unmasked, The Old Forest, In the House of Tom
More
Bombadil,
bodies.
and Fog on the Barrow Downs.
deserve
After Frodo
better.
sells Bag End to the Sackville Baggins, he secretly leaves the Shire with Sam and Pippin. They narrowly evade a Black Rider and spend a night sheltered by a band of elves led by Gildor and Glorians. After that, in the book, they meet Farmer Maggot.
What did you say?
Maggot. Farmer Maggot. And he gives them a delicious dinner of mushrooms and tells them about a Black Rider. Following that, Frodo goes to his new house in Crick Hollow, which is in Buckland, where he tells Merry and Pippin this has all been a ruse and he's going to go off to destroy the ring. Merry and Pippin say they knew all along and they join him. They go to the Old Forest and get accosted by a tree, Old Man Willow, which was a scene they ripped off for the Rings of Power. Then they're saved by Tom Bombadil and go hang out with him and his smoking hot wife Goldberry. And the film will end with the one chapter that I really wish was in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Fog on the Barrow Downs, where the hobbits attempt a shortcut through some burial mounds, get put under a spell by a Barrow Wight. Frodo breaks the spell long enough to summon Tom Bombadil, who saves them and gives them some swords made by the men of Westeros and some ponies. That's your movie. And that just takes place in the first third of the book, and this will be a sequel to The Hunt for Gollum, which is just filling in the blanks between
For Lord Nobunaga! Death to Yigans! And on and on and on! For Lord Nobunaga! For Lord Nobunaga! Death to... For Lord Nobunaga! Death to Yigans! And on and on and on!
What?
Die!
Yeah!
between the 17 years Gandalf left the Shire and returned. But my question is, are both of these movies going to have timestamps where you have to go back and watch Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and pause and go watch these movies? It sounds confusing and dumb, and this is something that I don't think Peter Jackson would have agreed to even 5 years ago. Hunt for Gollum is going to be directed by Andy Serkis, who I love as an
Another
actor, but he
victim of
directed
this
Venom:
imposter.
The Last Dance. And The Shadow of the Past is being written by Stephen Colbert, and I know he's a big Lord of the Rings fan, so am I, and I shouldn't be writing a movie. And considering this is still Warner Brothers, who just cast Black Snape, how are they going to cast these films? Are we going to get Black Tom Bombadil and Black Goldberry? Is Stephen Colbert going to be able to keep his personal politics out of Tolkien's work and on the red carpet for any promotion? Some would say he wouldn't dream of it. That would be preposterous. I would say if you believe that, you're a sweet summer child. It's just more proof that Hollywood is completely out of ideas. And as the AI apocalypse approaches, they decide to fight it with creative bankruptcy. And despite Simon Tolkien being the one who came up with the Sauron should be a Walter White story, I have to give some credit to the Tolkien estate for not letting Hollywood get their hands on the Silmarillion, the Children of Hurin, the Fall of Gondolin, Beren and Luthien. All would be great stories that would make great movies or TV series. The only problem is there's no one in Hollywood who has the ability to adapt them. And that's a good thing, because I'm
More
not excited
bodies.
for these two movies,
The
obviously.
people deserve
I wish
better.
they weren't being made. So David Ellison, if you're listening, shut both of these movies down if you can, but if you can't, at least shut down the Stephen Colbert Lord of the Rings if you want to preserve Peter Jackson's legacy, because apparently he doesn't. Looks like we're a long way from this. Fire up the clip again, Garrett.
We didn't want to put any of our own baggage. I mean, we had no interest in putting our messages into this movie, but we thought that we should honor Tolkien by putting his messages into it.
And for every win, there's a loss. Within the last 72 hours, Starfleet Academy was canceled. That's great. Unfortunately, it's only after its second season, and it still ruined Star Trek. And within the last 24 hours, we've gotten the reveal of Black Snape and the announcement of Stephen Colbert's Lord of the Rings. At this point, by the weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that Jimmy Kimmel's writing a Star Wars movie. And we'll end with a message to Hollywood, just in case you're wondering why your industry is cratering. Well, I'll give you one example. Stephen Colbert is writing a Lord of the Rings movie, an announcement that thankfully most everyone hates, proving that Hollywood will never leer.
Nerderotic.com.
If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe.
Well, bad news for Kash Patel, as it is now being reported that his email has been hacked by people linked to Iran. Yet another great moment for Kash Patel, who in my opinion has been an overwhelming disappointment. In his position with the FBI. Should have been released a long time ago. Trump is extremely loyal to the people that are loyal to him. It's his fault. I mean, if it were up to me, you know, Bongino would be gone. He is. Kash would be gone. Pam Bondi would be gone. Just for starters. And, you know, I just don't know if Trump's going to do this. But between Kash being completely useless in the FBI and his superstar girlfriend, Trump's music sensation girlfriend, you know, alleging, you know, putting out crazy allegations about people when she's literally like, sleeping with the head of the FBI, and she could have asked him to investigate it. Like Kash, I'm just so sick of Kash Patel. I've got to be honest. It's just one L after another. But hey, at least his emails weren't Hillary Clinton's. Am I right? This is so cyber criminals linked to Iran have accessed FBI Director Kash Patel's personal email account. Sources familiar with the matter told CBS on Friday morning. This news was breaking minutes ago. An FBI spokesperson did not have an immediate comment. The breach was first reported by Reuters, which said the hacker group Pandala Hack Team took credit for the attack and posted images online of the FBI director and his purported residence. Just over a week ago, the Justice Department announced that the domain used by this hack team was one of 4 domains it had seized as part of an effort to disrupt Iranian hacking and transnational repression schemes. Now, we do know, if you go on X, for example, there's a lot of bot activity, but not all of it. See, bots are most effective when they boost people who are already credible. People have gotten very, very, very good at, detecting bot accounts or detecting like AI, fake slop, things like that. Tools like Grok in community nodes help detect them off. But bots are very, very good at boosting people who already agree with the position that they want. And Iran, while I question their military prowess and many of the crazy claims that a lot of people make about them, I don't doubt their hacking capabilities and the groups aligned with them that are, good at cyber stuff, because we've long known this. This has not been something up for debate. According to the department's press release, an FBI investigation said the four sites carried out the cyber attacks and fake-tivist psychological ops using stolen data via hacking. Patel's statement in
This
the release
looks
said,
like the
we took
clearing
down
that
4 of their
Dean spoke
operation
of.
pillars and
Her
we're not
face
done.
flushed
The
just
FBI will
looking
hunt down
at
every
Yasuke.
actor behind these cowardly
I'll tell
threats
him
and
to come
cyber
teach
attacks
her.
and will bring the full force of American law enforcement down on them. Now, great, cool, neat, happy for that. But what is in that email? What is going to now get leaked?
Hello again, Rin.
Yasuke, forgive the mess. My grandfather clear.
Would you like some help?
You're kind. Your rival is help enough.
Oh,
Well, if you're ready to teach, I'm ready to learn. I found my grandfather's bow. Here, show me how an expert archer sinks and shoots. With your guidance, maybe I too can become a master. Show me what you've got. Hey! That's what you wish to teach me?
I think it's probably unlikely that there's nothing in there that's not. It's unlikely that there's not going to be something bad in there. So they posted these kind of humiliating photos. Here he is enjoying a cigar, in a kitchen taking a selfie. Now, if you ask me though, these pictures all look very old. So maybe it was an old email account that he hadn't used in a long time. Like, he looks pretty young here, to be totally honest with you. But again, it's just another stain. Right now, what have they leaked of any relevance? Nothing. You see a lot of people, oh no, they found lame pictures. Unverified hacker groups are claiming it, but no official confirmation. Well, I can confirm that they did officially confirm this. Is the FBI supposed to run security on directors' Hotmail accounts he set up years ago? It'd be funny if his girlfriend was not working for Israel, but Handala instead. Leaking photos of him smoking cigars and cars and traveling just makes me like him more. So, I mean, there's a lot of people, you also see this, though. They also, handful of hackers released 28 American contractors working in Israel. This was also the same day. So I don't know if these people work for Lockheed or if there's going to be any, fallout from this, but it's just not a good look. It's not a good look.
or 45 rooms. And that's not even including like all the food stalls. Like that's counting the whole cafeteria as one room. So there's probably going to be like 50 plus spots on this map by the time it's done. This is a massive undertaking. Anyway, I want to work on the bathrooms. So the reason I want to work on the bathrooms today is I kind of have an idea for how I want to do the bathrooms. So we're going to make 2 bathrooms here, obviously. This is in this service quarter. These doors are going to have to open. I guess we'll do that. We'll make them openable. My plan also is to have all the spots be on... Wait, was that a hole in the wall? Yeah, okay, we'll patch that up later. My plan is to have all the spots be on buttons because I think I like the way buttons work. I like how you don't have to worry about like resetting the switches when you get into a spot. So we can do a little bit of logic and we can do some memory logic and have it so you tap the button, it opens the spot. You tap the button again, it closes the spot. Have a button inside, does the same thing. So I think that's good. But for doors, we're just going to have them on switches because the logic for a switch is obviously much, much easier. We can just use a simple XOR gate. And then, of course, we can open that up, no problem. So we're going to set up some doors here. We'll put some bearings and a controller. And then we're going to build the bathrooms. And the reason why I want to do the bathrooms today is I kind of have an idea on how I want to do the bathrooms. But what I want to do is I want to have stalls in each bathroom and then some urinals in one of the bathrooms, right? And then what I want to do is have there kind of be like a puzzle. So with one of the bathrooms, I want to do something.
Like, what is... Was I not talking for the whole entire time? No, okay, that was the BRB thing. Oh, okay. All right, so everything is crashing out. I have no idea why. It's actually pissed me off right now. Come on. Everything start. What is... Steam, I don't know what you're doing, and I can't close you out because I got OBS on you. Just give me what I need, please. All right, I have no idea why this is not working. I don't know why Assassin's Creed crashed. I think I'm going to try to do, I'm going to go to Task Manager. I'm going to try to force it close to see if that will help. If not, I have no, like, I'm going to have to shut down the stream tonight because I don't want to be troubleshooting for the next 10 minutes to try to figure out why the game is not working, why Steam is behaving like this. I don't have the energy tonight to deal with that. And it sucks. I want to stream, but can't stream if we have issues. What is... I don't know why this is doing this. I have zero idea why it's... I'm literally sitting here waiting for the game to load. Total complete failure. You know, Steam. All right, I think I'm just going to have to close out Steam altogether. Hopefully that doesn't crash out the OBS, which probably will because I have OBS on Steam. I honestly should just get the desktop model to just remove it from Steam altogether because Steam apparently has this issue all the time. And honestly, that might be for the best because if I have to switch over between different things, like let's for instance, if I'm playing Helldivers 2 with my buddies and then I wanted to play something else or whatever, then I don't, yeah, gonna, nope, Steam. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, that's... All right. So I am gonna end the stream here. I can't troubleshoot this tonight. I honestly, my patient is not here today. I closed out Steam a couple times. I don't know if my computer needs a reboot or whatnot. Guess we're not doing the stream today, so I don't know. I can't do it. I just can't deal with this shit. Not today. I just wanted to get on. I wanted to play. Want to have some fun. Talk to people. You know, not deal with all this fucking shit. Steam has been doing this for a little bit too. I don't know why. It's frankly fucking annoying. Now, like, I'm not sure if I can even... I close it out, right? Then it tries to boot right back in to the same exact thing. And I'm getting a like black screen. Are you going to work this time? All right. I don't know what's going on with Steam. I don't even know if I'm streaming right now, honestly. Because I don't know, because everything's going through there. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm done. I'm done for tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Just I want to stream, but I don't want to have a hassle tonight. It's probably my computer needs to be restarted. Then I would have to restart the stream, get everything all set up again. It's just too much of a freaking headache for tonight. It's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying. All I wanted to do is like I wish Steam would just fucking behave. And it's just recently, I'll tell you right now, it's just recently where Steam would have a problem like switching between my profiles and such. Now I'm very like I tried to like restart my computer like often enough and everything, just to like make sure my data is clear and everything. But this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. So quick share. You're not even on. Riot Client. Yeah, see, these are not using the power. It's just Steam being stupid tonight. It hurts even more because it's happening. It happened right in the middle of something. Okay, Steam is off. I'm gonna try one more time. And this is just short of me like rebooting my computer completely. Because even my avatar is not even active right now. Yeah, it's done. All right, I'm done for tonight. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I can't do it tonight, and I'm streaming to nobody as per usual, which even bothers me even more. So, I do this every single time. I don't know why I even do this anymore. I really don't. All right. Well, if you guys are watching this afterwards and seeing me kind of break down, having like a nervous little thing, just if you guys want to vote on next week's Wednesday night live stream night, make sure to use the provided link. It's not a fucking virus or anything. It brings you to a website called Straw Poll. You go on it and you just say, I want to watch you play X, Y, and Z. Show up to my live streams. They're every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The best I can do at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you can't get on any one of those days, I don't know what to fucking tell you anymore. So, watch my shit. I've been at this for fucking 10 years now. And I don't know what else to tell you at this point in time. I'm fucking exhausted of all this. Whatever.